Number 93, Nausicaa Decker. Number 95, Bilim Erbas. And number 97, Ulrike Meyer. Filling in for the coach is coach Heinz Fruvert. So the Austrian men's team is not here. They're back in. They couldn't make it because too many players couldn't make the adjustment after the change in the schedule. But they are no doubt tuned in. On the Swedish side, number 1, Wilma Tien. Number 2, Nina Berggren. Number 3, Linda Carlson. Number 4, Leandra Caldarulo. Number 5, Sofia Krakow. Number 6, Erika Ström. Number 8, Caroline Åman. Number 9, Teresa Blenart. Number 10, Lina Kabalin. Number 11, Maria Melin Rietberg. Number 31, Anna Wernstedt. Number 33, Johanna Tappert. Number 44, Antonio Hjelm. Number 55, Fialotta Bratt. And number 83, Erika Lindström. The Swedish coaches are Martin Kass and head coach Mats Stuxberg. So we're about to start here. And my computer with the live stream commentary suffered a battery death and has been resuscitated. And I'm going to be able to find out what you're thinking and get your responses. And I'm going to update the browser here. So, here we go. Austria going to be tested by Sweden, and the game has begun. Sweden in blue, Austria in white. The suit design of the Austrian team by their teammate Stephanie Tomschitz. Down they go to the bottom, and there you've got a good view. Fighting for the ball. Sweden comes up with it, and they pass over, and it's a rush on the goal. Stopped. A pass up and a continuation of the attack over on the right side, and a goal. So Sweden has scored. Sweden has scored, and it was number 9, Teresa Blenart from Stockholm. And she plays with the club Polisen. Austria takes the ball out into the center, and they've lost it. Sweden coming in from the bottom, and she doesn't tangle with the back, instead elects to go for the goalie's waist. The ball bounces free. Austria trying to clear the zone. She finds one pass, but the forechecking is tough, and Austria's wrapped up. She's struggling to get rid of the ball there. Swedish player number Leandra Caldarulo managed to get it down. Now over on the side. So far, Austria's struggled a bit. This is their debut in international play. Now they're moving towards the Swedish goal, stopped there by Ann-Sofie Krakow. Ball's taken back by Sweden, and a struggle forward. Dropped the ball down to the bottom, picked up by one of the Swedish players. They go in. It's a 1-on-4 situation. Nothing to be gained by heading in against so many players. They wait a bit. Now they come, and the ball's bobbled. They float up. They find a player down to the right side. Let's see where are the ball. They've gone up to the surface. New attack now by the Swedish women. Coming in from above, and another goal. It was Ann-Sofie Krakow who scored that. So a quick 2-0 lead to Sweden with less than 4 minutes, 3.5 minutes of the game. Austria under pressure again. And the ball goes up to the surface, pitched down, and then a good pass. She comes in from above. Yeah, now that another goal is likely. No, Austria escapes and ties up the Swedish ball carrier. No, they've passed it. It's going, bounced out down to another goal. I think it was Anna Wernstedt. '31, Anna Wernstedt. (3-0) in favor. Yes. 3-0 in favor of Sweden. And Austria is looking to maintain possession. They haven't been able to do that. It's been intense forechecking, which has stopped them from developing any kind of rhythm. And it's Sweden with the ball again, floating up to the surface, and then a pass coming down. Another score here. Number 5, Ann-Sofie Krakow scored again. Her second goal in this match. So Sweden is giving this relatively young Austrian team a tough lesson so far, with about 6 minutes gone in the first half. The score is 4-0. And the Swedish players are fighting to get to the basket, and it's a lot of pressure on the defense here. Referee halts to play.
Okay, 97, 2 minutes for kicking.
Number 7?
97.
97.
2 minutes for kicking.
White.
And blue free ball.
White 97.
White, yes.
White 97, 2 minutes for kicking.
2-minute penalty for kicking. So Isabella Dame is out for kicking. It will give Sweden a power play. And if they score, then she'll be able to get back in the water. There's the score. Was it 11? Yes. Maria Melin. So the power play is very short in duration. And Austria needs to find a way to hold on to the ball, but it's clearly going to be difficult for them because the forechecking is too tough. But they're coming in now on the Swedish goal and working under the back. Jan Kinderman, their coach, would be happy to see this. But the pass out is picked off, and Sweden is struggling forward. They manage. And it's a Swedish player getting to the open basket. Nope, now the defense is there. Trying to lift the goalie off. Chaos. They were unable to capitalize on that. And Austria pushes them out. And the Swedish player drops the ball almost very casually there. Picked off by Austrian player, but she's unable to hold on to it. Holding called against Sweden. It'll be a free throw for Austria. Austria set up, and they put the ball into play. A pass deflected, hits the bottom, and what was a free throw for Austria turns into a quick Swedish counterattack. And they've got the goalies back, and the goalie floats up, open basket. It's vital that the Austrian players hold on. They're struggling. The ball goes in again. There was one player who did most of the work, and another player pushed the ball down and secured it. Timeout for Austria. I'll find out who scored that goal. And that assist was a good one. So we need. Who scored the last goal? And with the assist. Who scored the goal? Number 1, Wilma Tien. No assists. Okay. So assists are not being recorded in this competition, and the player who should have got the assist there did a lot of the work, and then number 1, Wilma Tien, just pushed it in to complete it. And now it's 6-0 for Sweden, and the Austrian women have had a chance to talk things over. Oh my gosh. I've had the wrong name here for one of the players. Isabella Diem is not playing. She broke her hand in the match against Germany. I was sorry to hear that. Okay, so about 6 minutes remaining here in the Austria versus Sweden match. Sweden in blue, Austria in white. And as I mentioned earlier, the Austrian women are here by themselves. The Austrian men couldn't make the transition from the schedule change. And Sweden coming in again from number 10 there, Lina Kavalin, drilling her way forward. Another goal here for Sweden. And that was by Anne-Sophie Krakow. The head of production here, Kai, is learning about underwater rugby. You haven't watched it too much before, Kai, but you remember Anso Krakow, she scored 3 goals already, right? So she's really one of the best women players. Now it's another attack by Sweden on Austria's goal. They come out. Nina Kavalin delivers it to a teammate who they bring it back in. And they're coming in from below. And they've got a player in a good position underneath the goalie so that the back's not able to protect the goalie and they don't have any protection. But Austria has got it and struggling forward to try and clear. Does she see her teammate so she could get a pass off? No. And they're slowed up here. At last, two Austrian players head over to the other side, and she's going as fast as she can. She has one good pass outlet, and then she's caught up. Twist round, and she's manages to get the ball off. So you've got to hand it to the Austrian team here. They are trying to play offense. They're not, just because they're losing, they're not discouraged from playing their game. They're doing what they're supposed to. And the ball's punched away from the Swedish player, but they hold on to it, and Sweden is trying to mount a new attack. And they come in on the left side, up above the goalie, shooting down, and it's a score. So Johanna Tappert there with the 8th point for Sweden. Austria swims out, and immediately they're struck by tough forechecking. The ball drops down. Austria unable to keep their attack going. They surrendered the ball, and Sweden is all the way over on the other side. And they managed to begin an attack here, but yes, another goal here.
2 goal number 5.
I'm Sophie Krakow. Remember that name now. So she has scored again. Oh, they're good fighting spirit there by Austria, and they win it, take the ball, bring it to Sweden's goal. It would be a lift for them to score a goal now, but there was 1 minute left in the first half, roughly. And they have had trouble holding on to the ball. And Sweden's mounting a fresh attack. 2 on 2. And oh, they come too strong. Maria Malin, who is a firefighter, and she's physically very strong. Gentle and friendly on land, but in underwater rugby, she's a beast. Austria swimming out again. Tied up, the ball drops down. Sweden comes up with it and mounts a new attack. And 14 seconds left in this half, so probably nothing much more is going to happen. There we are, halftime. Take a short break here and return in about 4 minutes.
Yeah, in my bags. The other last. The other one. In that one here. On the left side, left side.
How much you have?
Plenty.
20.
120.
that direction. If I say now white and then you say no blue. The light say which one is sleeping.
But there's a lot of players that go, so it's difficult when you
Yes.
maybe there's a little
Okay, back online here. Davrotien, poolside, Helsinki. You're tuned into the European Underwater Rugby Championships. And the match that we're watching right now is on the women's side of the draw, Sweden against Austria. There have been substitutions now during the halftime. So for Sweden, Johanna Tappert's gone out, and Antonia Hjelm has gone in. For
10 seconds.
Austria, now Sika Decker and Sophia Bartenstein are out, and Julia Braunegg and Madalena Fink are in. So second half action is resumed. Sweden with a 10-0 lead. So Austria's suffered an injury to one of their goalies, and that's upset their structure because that was one of their best goalies. Sweden is now working around the basket. She looks for a pass, she finds one. And now Sweden's got the underneath it's going to be a goal, yep. So rather quickly, the pattern that was established before is resumed. It's going to be hard for Austria to stop this. They don't really have an answer. And this swim out, they managed to get to the Swedish goal. And are tied up. Sweden takes it. And so Krakow has scored at least 3 goals, I think. Oh, Austria breaking loose. She spins and tries to clear, but she's picked up by the tough forechecking. The ball bounces around and then comes down. Austria has another chance to clear the zone, but she tosses the ball straight into the hands of a Swedish player who was behind her. Now Austria, it's these passes under pressure that they're not used to making. in comes Sweden again from the top, down to underneath the goalie, and Austria, the Austrian goalie is gone, and the ball's almost in the goal. But managed to keep it away, and they recover the basket. And now they even got the ball. Austria in the counterattack. Slowed up, she tosses it forward to a teammate. Ends up coming back. And coming across the pool, she puts her feet up to stop the forechecker. Now a second player comes in, and it's a race to the ball, won by the Swedish player. And she passes, was a maybe not so well considered pass, but it worked out for Sweden. And they come over. More pressure on the Austrian goal here. Austrian player, she sweeps the ball in, tucks it under her arm, then she passes to a teammate, and there are two of them going to the other side to an empty goal, and they're going to have an opportunity, 2-on-2, but there was a chance there for Austria to score. Good to see. I wonder if Jan Kinderman is watching. Sweden breaks free again. Austria in pursuit of the ball carriers, but they are unable to halt the progress over and above the goal. The goalie's gone, a new goalie comes in. Couple of players under the scrum there, and it's Austria that touches the ball first, but now they're over to the Swedish goal. The defense is there. She decides not to go in. Her teammate, who takes over, heads to the right and backwards, and now is a chance for Austria to show some of their technique around the goal. But not to be. Sweden comes out. Now all the way over. (11-0) in favor of Sweden, and a new goal, number 3 scored this time. Linda Carlson. Jan Kindermans is watching, or K-I-J-A, I guess it's Jan Kinderman. I see good things here with the Austrian team, but it's a lack of experience, and also the Swedish team is physically pretty tough, and they haven't really been able to cope with that. Now another Swedish attack on the way. Halted play. Timeout called by Austria.
Timeout white. Timeout white. And then free throw for white.
So it was a holding call against Sweden. Austria's over using this timeout.
He falls out there. Die macht es. Die schafft es. Wer hält noch bis zum Schluss zusammen? Wir! Wer ist das beste Team? Wir! Eine für alle! Alle für alle!
There you go. So Austria just finished their huddle after some deep breaths. They're ready to hop back in the pool. And what's the average age of the Austrian players? They're quite young, a lot of them.
They look around 18 to 19.
18 to 19. So this is the future, and well, Robert should know. This he comes from Vienna. Well, maybe not all of them are from Vienna. Some are from Graz. So I don't know how that sound was. It was really loud, probably. They look like they're 18. Okay. 6:50 remaining on the clock here in the second half. And we're approaching the lunch break, which means that we'll have 2 hours before the resumption of play at 2 o'clock. It's a beautiful day here in Helsinki. And you're watching the group match between Sweden and Austria. They're ball's tied up. Sweden breaks away and they return to attack Austria. Coming in on the left side. Coming in high. And the Swedish players are coming in on the other side. I have to be honest with you, given the light situation here, it's a little bit difficult to see exactly what's happening, but you can get the general idea that the Sweden is attacking and there's a lot of pressure on the Austrian basket, but it's hard to see the ball. I guess that's what I'm saying. The ball is red and in this under these light conditions, it just appears to be black, like the back of the fins or the suits and stuff like that. So now we have an angle. So Sweden coming in from the bottom. Austria holding them off. So 12-0 in favor of Sweden. So it's good, a good development in that the rate of scoring has dropped off now. So that timeout huddle helped Austria to regroup. Shoulder in the basket. Sweden's going to take a penalty shot now. And 24 is the average age of the Austrian players. Penalty shot coming here. And number 30. So Caroline Åhman is going to take this penalty for Sweden, defending. The goalie goes down. She comes in from above, and a rather quick score there. So Denise Schmutz was unable to hold off Caroline Åhman. Another goal here for Sweden, and Sweden calls timeout. .30 seconds left in the timeout here. Hard to understand why Sweden needed a timeout. Action set to resume here. (13-0), Sweden in the lead. Austria struggling to hold on to the ball, stripped away, empty goal. She throws it, and it doesn't go in. So Austria countering, tied up in the center, and now passed down. And the forechecking is tough here, but she breaks through and leaves the ball open and taken by Swedish player. Heads in over to the basket. She's got the goalie's back. She's pushing and score. Ann-Sophie Krakow scored again. Austria swims out, a pass down to the bottom, and over across, struggling to hold on to the ball. Austria must be tired by now. They're down 14-0, and things have improved for them in the second half, though. They having a chance to attack. It would be nice for Austria to score a goal. Sweden is not going to give it to them. And Sweden countering. Pass upwards, falls back down, and they go all the way over to the other side. More peril for Austria. And the goalie's off. A new goalie comes in. They're fighting. Austria has some exchanges here. Denise Schmutz comes out. Magdalena Fink comes out. They're tired. In a surface scrum here. And Eisenhut. They've got to go back down. Another attack on the goal here by Sweden. 37 seconds left, 35. It's almost over. Will they manage to hold Sweden out? 24. Referee halts the action. Free throw for Sweden. The ball put into play. Maria Malin puts it into play. Sweden down on the bottom. Pushed out. The clock is ticking. 12. 10. Will they score again? And the game is over. So Austria manages to slow down Sweden somewhat in the second half. And they're happy about it, yeah. So. We've reached the halfway point in day number 2. So we're going to take a break now. Unless Hanu has something to say. Hanu, the director of the championships, said everything's okay, just keep on working. We'll be back at 2 o'clock. And we're a little bit behind schedule, but say an hour and